Tobias, how many total snaps did he play?
I think 15 or 16.
How do you feel coming off it?
Great. Yeah, I think it's just that's what I want him to do. I want him to get some plays in just because he hasn't played in a couple of weeks, and before you get into this rest of the season, is get back in there and play live, and just so it's not going to be a shock coming into any other game.
Just get as much as you can. 3 or 2 whole games in an open date like that.
Yeah. So we had 3 weeks. We had 3 weeks off, so it was no different than. Fall camp. He didn't do much fall camp, but I think the thing is, just get back at the speed of the game, and he knows it. He was up in the office earlier just saying the same thing as, there is the rust that comes in there, just the speed of that game that you can't simulate necessarily in practice. That he's got to get used to when he comes in and out like that.
Tyler took some shots. Coach Mullen said it was some missed assignments and stuff with the offensive line. Some of the times he just stood in there and held the ball as long as possible to make the throws. Kind of what did you see when you watched the film?
A little bit of both. I mean, again, it's a little bit of both. And I think the one thing is, there's one in there. They're bringing 8 or 5-man protection. So unless I can eat hamburger and get another player out of that, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I think that's the great thing of Tyler. Tyler knows what's coming. Tyler's sitting there and sitting there and make that throw to move the chains and do what we got to do. So there's times where they're going to bring more than you got, and you got to get what you can and get rid of that ball. And he knows it's coming, so it's part of it's not part of him, but it's just him that hey, it's coming hot. Get rid of that ball. And I think the great thing he does is he sits in there and he takes that shot, but he gets rid of that ball and completes the ball, and that's a bonus to him.
Dylan Day's still a young guy, but he's got a lot of. Dylan Day's still a relatively young guy, but he's got 8 starts last year and 5, 6 starts this year. I mean, he's turning into a veteran fast.
Yeah, well, him and Blaine are the two that, they're both about the same amount of starts, probably in the 13 range. And Gabe's got, obviously, I think he's in 30 range, and Justin Lowe's really is about 2. Tobias in general is probably about 8 himself, even though everyone, he's been here, seems like forever, but he's kind of like third, but I think he's still got 8 starts under his belt, and Charles working on number 5. So it's still, but I've told them there's no excuse. We got to mature faster. We got to get, we got to see all things we're going to see. We got to see, we see it on film, we see it there. We got to learn, and we got to correct those mistakes quick.
Talk about Charles's play. He seemed like he had one of his better games.
Yeah, I think he's been very consistent. I think the one thing just is with all my guys, I think the maturity and with those, the maturity to finish a game. You get up, I think we're up 27-7, the maturity to go out there and not, part of whether it's junior college, whether it's high school, of, hey, the game's over, is go put that last drive away to finish a game and, learn to finish a game. When in a big game, you got to learn to take care of that stuff.